All right, so we're getting out of the last full measure about William Hart Pitsenberg, the Air Force rescue guy in Vietnam in 1966. He rappels down to help during one of the bloodiest battles, and he had a chance to go back up in the plane, and he chose to stay down and help. He was the only one that could go back up and had a chance to go back up, and he chose to stay down and help, and help the wounded, fight. And he wasn't awarded the Medal of Honor through some military technicality or something, some political technicality. And the story is not directly of him so much as it is of a Pentagon staffer who's going to fight to get that medal. At first, he's disinterested in the case, but it takes the survivors of that war, that conflict in the war, to push and basically change his mind about how important this was to get the Medal of Honor. Pitsenberg's father dying of cancer. Just a great story as far as dramatically, you would think. How it actually unfolded in the movie itself. What do you think?
It had a slow start to it, I thought.
It was very slow, but it's difficult. How can you say anything negative really about the story itself? That there was these men, and we had a son that went to the Afghanistan war. We don't have any idea. You nor I never fought in any wars, but I'm certain that I was thinking about him when he was saying he was getting shot at. Wasn't a good thought. And this guy's son died. And for 30 plus years, all he wanted was a piece of metal, a very important piece of metal, because only 3 enlisted Air Force men in the history of all the war, the millions and millions of people who fought, only 3 of them have gotten that. Enlisted Air Force men have gotten the Medal of Honor. So it's a very small number of people that fit Pitsenberg's status. So yes, I do agree that the execution of the story with such great material could have been done better. Maybe if the story was split up somehow, half of it was told. Maybe the first act was Pitsenberg in the conflict. Then he goes off into the battle, and we don't know what his fate is. Then it tells the staffer story, and then maybe in the end it's sort of a cross between the two stories, where the Congress, and ultimately what ends up happening in the story, which I'm not going to ruin here. But I think that yes, it could have been told a little bit better, but all in all, it's very, very difficult to look at a story like this and not say this was. With the movies that we've seen this month, there isn't any comparison really.
No, it was a good movie.
Stories you would compare to it. The Turning, some just, come on, Doolittle. Nonsense stories compared to a true story about a hero, an American hero. There really just isn't any story. 1917 obviously was about. It was a fictionalized account of it. So really, it just. Yes. Out of 5 stars, what do I do with a rating of this? I'm going to put it at 3 stars, which is entertaining. I think that. I can't really give it any higher because I don't think the way the story was told was the best way to tell the material. But I can't not recommend this story. So that's where I'm at with the rating of it.
3 stars is good.
I think that's a fair way to say and to encourage everybody to go out and see this movie. or you know, if you can't get to the theater, make sure you catch it on streaming when it comes. But I really think it's important that stories like this about heroic figures, soldiers in anybody who's fighting, our men and women. I don't care what the politics are, but anybody who's fighting for this country, whatever the reason, whatever the cause is, deserves just great respect. You know, and this isn't a token gesture of giving it 3 stars. It's great material. It really is. Like I said, the reason I can't give it any higher is because I felt like the story could have been told a little bit more effectively with such great material. But in the end, I mean, boy, it's that, like you said, once it gets to the ending part, whew, it's powerful in the end. And be sure to hang around for the credit roll, because there's actual the actual people speaking in the credit roll, which is kind of a cool addition. So, out of 5 stars, 3 out of 5 recommended. I am Todd. This is Kara. The Last Full Measure. We are movie reviews by us.com. Recommended. Thank you for watching.